Okay, good morning to everyone. Everyone, please turn on your cameras. Muhammad Irfan, Hadna, Grishma Joshi, Subham Pal. Okay, if you are facing any technical issues related with your videos, please let me know that. Okay, or else anyway, you have to turn on your camera always. Today we have three classes. I mean, three periods are there. So I'm trying to complete this chapter today. Almost all the topics we want to discuss. Really, nearly 4 to 5 topics are there. So we'll try to do that. We have to cooperate. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me. Okay, we will clarify that or we'll rectify the errors and we'll move forward. Clear? Clear. Okay. So we know that the topic that what we are discussing presently it is the cost of production, right or not? The production and the costs. Okay, production and cost. So we know that this chapter is strictly connected with the earlier chapter. Okay. So now the production of cost completed. So we are here it is, right? Perfect combination, right? Perfect competition. We started that chapter, perfect competition. And in connection with the cost and products, number of things are the number of topics that we learned from that chapter. It's applicable in this chapter too. Okay. As we know, we discussed about what is short run production, a long run production, and how the firms are choosing different techniques to maximize the profit. Maximize the profit. That was the basic concept of this chapter. Okay. The perfect competition, perfect competition. So there are a number of particular situations are there in this chapter. We already discussed. It's basically termed as models. Okay, so models. Okay, so what are the basic characteristics of a firm that related with the perfect competition? We already learned that. We already learned that. So first condition, there are number of sellers and buyers are there, right? It or not in the market. How many buyers and sellers are there? A huge number of buyers and sellers are there, right? Yes. So all the firms all the firms we know that they are producing identical products. Okay, homogeneous products. There is no change in the product there. Okay, clear or not? So each individual seller or buyer is termed as a micro unit. He or she or that individual firm is unable to make any changes in the market. Changes in the market. Okay. So all these features are there in the situation or market situation called perfect competition. Perfect competition. Here, all the firms are free to enter into the market or exit from the market. Free to enter and free to exit from the market also, right? Yes or no? Why it is so? There is no government interferences are there. No government interferences are there. Okay. So we are using this model to understand the cost of production and what method all these firms will do to improve or maximize their profit. Maximize their profit. Profit maximization is the main motto of each and every private firms, right? Yes or no? So all the private firms are functioning for a profit only. Okay, so if they're unable to produce or unable to create profit, okay, what will happen there? Definitely they will exit from the market. Exit from the market. That's we studied, right or not? So here, all the firms are free to enter into the market. There is no restrictions. At the same time, if they find that this business is not profitable, they are able to exit without any restrictions. Clear or not? There is no what you can say burdens are there on the companies to exit from the market situation. Okay. So wait 1 minute. Okay. So this is the chapter 4. We will chapter 3, production and cost. Production and cost. I told you to learn number of aspects from this particular chapter. What are they? What are they? We know that the production function. Production function. What is the production function? Okay, so we know that. Okay, just remember all these things one more time. We know that without the input, it is impossible to produce the product. Right or not? So inputs are necessary. Inputs are necessary. Okay, tell me, Karthik, what are the factors of production? Karthik.
Land, labor, capital, enterprise, technology.
New technology, right? Very good. Okay. The same time, we know that under capital, number of other things also are there, like the raw material that what we're using to produce. Okay. So firms always will find different techniques to improve their profit by regulating the use of inputs, regulating the use of inputs there, right? Clear on. So all the inputs are necessary to produce the products. Okay. If any one input is missing, it is impossible to produce the products. That also want to keep it in your mind. Okay. Next one. The same chapter. 1 minute. Okay, can you see the board now? Hello? Hello? Can you see the board? I mean, the screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So moving forward. So related with the we studied about isokins. So just remember that what is an isokin there. Okay. And we know that related with the product, there are a number of things are there related with the total product, average product, and all these equations, all these equations. Remembering or not? Okay. If it is not so, just observe everything. We need all those things here. Okay, so what is the method to find out marginal production? Marginal production. Okay, what is law of diminishing marginal production? Okay, just to remember all those things there and the curves there. What are the different curves? Many curves we studied already. The shape of all these curves are important for we people. And of course, we know that. Okay, what is a SAC? How to calculate that? Total cost, short run average cost, average variable cost. So average variable cost, number of times we come across that particular term here, average variable cost, average variable cost. So firm's production always connected with the average variable cost only. So price is less than the average variable cost. No firms will move forward with the production, right or not? Yes or no? Think and say. If a price of the commodity is less than the average variable cost, firms will not move forward to produce more goods, right or not? Yes or no? Think and say, make it fast. So, average variable cost should be less than the price or more than the price. Tell me, to maximize the profit. What is the connection between average variable cost and price? Come on, check into your note and tell me. Check in your notes and tell me what is the connection between average variable cost and the price of the commodity. Which one is profitable for the firm? Come on, tell me first. Who can give me the answer? Average variable cost and price. What is the connection? Okay, so we know that the firms always want to improve the profit or increase the profit. Clear or not? So they have to sell the product with a cost more than the average variable cost, right or not? Or else they will face a loss there, right? So this word is too important for you people. What is that? Average variable cost and a connection of average variable cost with the price. So whatever average variable cost, we know that cost means the money that a producer spend to produce the products. Clear or not? Clear or not? What do you mean by cost here? Not the cost of the product. Don't think like that. Okay. Here we are from the producers side. Producers. So think we are the producers. We are the producers. So cost for we people means that is the producers cost. Producers cost. Cost of production. Cost of production. Money that what we spend to produce a product to sell in the market. To sell in the market. Right or not? So we want to spend money to purchase the raw material, okay, and all other factors of production, okay. This is the base idea of this chapter. If you don't know this idea, it's important to understand the things there. What's the basic idea? Here, cost is the money that spending by the producer. Clear? So we know that factors of production. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital. Land, labor, capital. If you want to make use these factors to produce a new product, we have to pay for it. Okay. The producer want to pay for the land. The producer want to pay for the labor. The producer want to pay for the capital. Okay. Clear or not? We know that different remunerations are there for all these factors of production. Okay, what left? That is called to be the profit for the organizer. Profit for the organizer, right or not? So organizer always will observe for reducing the cost of production to increase the profit. To increase the profits. Okay, so spending 2 rupees to create one thing and purchasing that, sorry, selling that in the market for 4 rupees, right? We are spending 2 rupees to produce one particular product. Clear? Then we have to sell that for 3 rupees. Then only we can create profit. Create a profit. Less than that means loss for the producer. Loss for the producer. So that is the basic idea you want to keep with you. Okay. So average variable cost is very much. Everything that we studied in the chapter cost and production is applicable in this chapter. Firms under perfect competition. Firms under a perfect competition. So far we discussed about various production techniques that is using by the firms to improve the or maximize their profits. So we discussed about what is revenue. What is revenue? What is the revenue? What is revenue? Can anyone tell me what is revenue?
Revenue is the amount that we get after selling a product in the market.
Okay, the amount that what we are obtaining after selling the product in the market. So total revenue. TR is equal to
P into Q.
Of course. Okay, P into Q. P into Q there. Okay. Next one. Profit is equal to. Tell me first. Anyone?
Total revenue minus total cost.
Okay, profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost. Right? Yes or no? Okay. So here we are here. We discuss about the three various conditions for the firms to maximize the profit. Next topic for visibility is supply curve of a firm. Supply curve. Okay. So before that, check there. Number of things are there. We learned already. All those things are important for people. The last topic we discussed is profit maximization. The last class that is called to be pi is equal to TR minus TC. Pi is equal to TR minus TC. Here, pi is the profit. So profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost. Okay. What we gain minus what we spent. What we spent to produce. That's what total cost. Okay. And different conditions are there for all these firms to maximize the profit, and the firms are facing a problem to maximize the profit. So here the third condition, see the third condition, for the firm to continue produce in the short run, price must be greater than the average variable cost. Okay, what is the thing here? Price must be greater than average variable cost. Price must be greater. Okay, average variable cost, that what we spend to produce. Clear or not? Okay, so price of the commodity should be greater than the average variable cost, then only it is profitable. Okay, next one. In the long run, price must be greater than the average cost. So P should be greater than AC, long run. Okay, long run. So there are two types of productions are there. We know that. We already studied about the short run production and the long run production. Short run production and the long run production. So what is the speciality of a long run production? Grishma, are you there? How can we recognize the production is a long run and a short run? So tell me, Grishma, how can we recognize the production it is long run or short run? Grishma, tell me first. I can connect with the Grishma. So Anjosibi?
According to the input.
What? Input?
Which variable or fixed?
Okay, variable input and fixed input that is connected with the short-run production, right? So we are able to find out, or we are easily able to find out it is a long-run production or short-run production by observing the use of input. In the short-run production, okay, any one input will change. All other will remain constant, right? But in the long-run production, almost all the inputs will change, right? That's the basic difference between these two. Just keep that in your mind. Okay. So this is the basic things what you want to know here. So P always greater than ACV, so profit. P greater than AC, average cost of profit. If it is less than that, it is a loss there. So conditions we explained already. Okay, three conditions and the curves, how these curves are formed that we discussed. Next for viewability is the supply curve of a firm. sorry, okay, supply curve of a firm. Firm means it's a production unit, So I'm reading here, just observe here. A firm supplies the quantity that it choose to sell at a given price. Okay, so firm always will check the fluctuations in the price in the market. Fluctuations in the price. So we know that the price is not constant here, right? Right or not? Price sometime will change. So if you are observing in the market, we can find that price of the commodities always will fluctuate. It will change always. It will change always. Right or not? Okay, it will not remain constant for a long time of period. At any time, we can say that there is a slight fluctuation will be there. So a firm supplies the quantity that it chooses to sell at a given price. At a given price. So firm will observe that the price level is greater than the AVC. Firms are ready to sell at any quantity. They are ready to sell. So always the firms will observe that the price of the product in the market. So as per that, they will produce the product and sell that in the market to sell. Okay, that is basically termed as the supply here. So firm supply is the quantity of the product that is chooses. It here firm chooses to sell at a given price. Okay, sell at a given price. Not only the given price, okay, and the given technology, and given the prices of factors of production. So we know that. Okay, so we always want to maximize the profit, right or not? So cost of production, it should be always less than the price of the commodity, Okay, so cost of production is moving greater than the price of the commodity. No production unit will produce the product. Clear? Yes or no? Okay, that's a basic idea for people. So underline this area here. The firm supplies the quantity that it chooses to sell at a given price, given technology, and given the prices of factors of production. So price of the factors of production also fluctuating, right? Yes or no? Price of the raw material also will change. Okay, so firm will calculate the money that they are spending to produce the product and the price of the commodity in the market. So if it is almost equal, the firm is ready to sell, and it is greater than that. I mean, the price of the commodity is greater than the average cost or average variable cost. Firms are ready to sell the product at the maximum quantities, or else they will not produce the products. Okay, so we know that in this condition, this model, firms are always free to enter in the market and exit from the market. So keep this idea in your mind. Okay, underline that is called the supply for a firm. Okay, the firm supplies the quantity that it chooses to sell at a given price, given technology, and given the prices of factors of production. Okay, now here, a table describing, there is no table here, just understand here, a table describing the quantities. Okay, so remember, in a table, there is a quantities. There we are able to find quantities sold by a firm at various prices. So a table is there. There we are able to find the quantity of the product that a firm sold in the market for different prices. Okay, different prices. Technology and prices of factors remaining unchanged. Here we have to understand here, what is that? Technology and prices of factors of production remaining unchanged. There is no change in the technology, and there is no change in the factor inputs, price of the factor inputs. Okay, that is not changing. Okay, but the firm is making changes in the quantity that's selling in the market for different prices. It is called a supply schedule, right? Underline that. Okay, so here two questions are there. What is the supply curve and what is the supply schedule? Okay. Next one. Okay, so we got the answer for two questions here. One is a supply curve. Sorry, one is a supply for a firm, and what is a supply schedule for a firm. Okay, so we may also represent the information as a graph. So in the table, what are they? We are able to represent that by a graph that is termed as the supply curve. Okay, so already we discussed here a table that describing the quantity sold by a firm at various prices, technology, and prices of factors remaining unchanged. That is supply schedule. Okay, now we are changing, or now we are able to draw a graph with the data in the table. That is called the supply curve. Underline that. Okay. The supply curve of a firm shows the levels of output, that always plotted in the x-axis. X-axis. You can see figure number 4.7. Figure number 4.7. Okay. What is the specialty here? The supply curve of a firm shows the levels of output that plotted in the x-axis. Levels of output. Output of the firm, it is in the x-axis. So you can see here Q1, quantity 1. Okay, quantity 1. So quantity is going to be the output, right or not? Quantity produced. Output. So that should be there in the x-axis. X-axis. Okay, or the horizontal axis. So that the firm chooses to produce corresponding to the different values of the market price plotted on the y-axis. Okay, so price of the commodity that will be on the y-axis. Y-axis. Clear? Clear or not? Okay. Just observe here, the supply curve of firm shows the levels of output plotted on the x-axis that the firm chooses to produce, corresponding to different values of the market price that is plotted on the y-axis. So you can see here P1, P2, price of the commodity and the price of the commodity 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Different prices. Price 1, price 2. Okay, so you can see, you can easily observe that how much quantity of the product the firm will produce related with the price that existing in the market. Clear or not? Okay, so firm always will think the technology what they are using and the cost of production. Okay, then they will choose the quantity to produce and sell in the market. Okay, so all these things are clear or not? So you know that what is supply and what is a supply schedule and what is a supply curve. Right? Yes or no? Okay, and we distinguish between the short-run supply curve and the long-run supply curve. Short-run supply curve and the long-run supply curve. That's why I asked you what is the difference between the long-run production and the short-run production. Long-run production and the short-run production that we learned already in the previous chapter. Cost of production. Okay, production and cost. Right or not? So what is the difference? So in the short-term production, we are using the term what AVC, average variable cost. Okay, so fixed cost is remaining always constant there. There is no change in the average fixed cost. Clear or not? It is not changing. Only what is changing here? Average variable cost is changing. Which output is going to change? That is going to be basically average variable cost, the cost of that particular input, that is changing in the production function, okay, or in the period of production. Okay, so that's what we are going to distinguish between these two types of production. One is short run supply curve and a long run supply curve. Long run supply curve. So this is connected here. Okay, clear? Okay, the thing what you want to keep it in your mind is, first of all, what is the thing, basic thing here? Okay, here price is given. The first here, the supply is the quantity that is chosen to sell at a given price, given technology, and the given prices of factors of production. Okay. So next we studied about here you can see a table describing the quantity sold by a firm by various prices. Prices are changing. Okay, but technology and prices of factors remaining unchanging. Price of the commodity is changing, but the cost of production is not changing. Clear or not? Cost of production is not changing. Okay, that's what. Here 4.41. Short-run supply curve of a firm. Short-run supply curve of a firm there. So what is the full form of SMC? SMC?
Short-run marginal cost.
Short-run marginal cost. Short-run marginal cost. SAC?
Short-run average cost.
Short-run average cost. Okay. AVC?
Average variable cost.
Average variable cost. Average variable cost. Okay, fine. So let us turn into figure number 4.7 and derive a firm's short-run supply curve. Short-run supply curve. Okay, so this is an example for a short-run supply curve. Short-run supply curve. So you can see SMC, short-run marginal cost, short-run average cost, and short average variable cost. That also will be there in the short-run production. Short-run production. So we know that the shape of all these curves, there is no change. In all the graphs, we are able to find out these shapes only. These shapes only. Only what is changing there? Quantity changing and price of the commodity changing. Quantity changing, price of the commodity changing. Shape of the curves is remaining constant. There's no change for that. It's a fixed one. All right. Okay. So keep that in your mind. Okay. Here we first determine the firm's profit maximizing output level when the market price is greater than or equal to the minimum AVC. So firm is always able to create the maximum profit if the AVC is equal to price or it is greater than. It is greater than. All right. Okay, so the profit maximizing output level when the market price is greater than or equal to the minimum AVC. This done, we determine the firm's profit maximizing output level when the market price is less than the minimum AVC. Okay, we determine that firm's profit maximizing output level when the market price is less than the minimum AVC. Okay, so market price should be less than the minimum AVC. Okay, then only the profiter they are able to make a profit. So this is the AVC curve. This is the AVC curve. So here time that P2 production is production for P2 and production for a P1. Okay, clear on which one is profitable for the firm? Here the quantity one. Which one is profitable? Okay, price should be less than the AVC or more than the AVC. Less than the AVC, right? Right? Okay, no doubt in that. Okay. It should be always less than the AVC. Then only it is profitable. Then only it is profitable. Now we are going to analyze this. Okay, price is greater than or equal to minimum AVC. Price is greater than or equal to the minimum AVC. Okay, here you can see here. Suppose the market price is P1. This is the P1. Okay, P1. Clear or not? Next one, which exceeds the minimum AVC. So P1 is the price here. This is the line. Clear? So this is the AVC lane. AVC lane. Average variable cost. Clear? Okay. What is the formula for you people? P should be greater than AVC, right? P should be greater than AVC. So check here. This is the AVC. This is the minimum point of AVC Q1. This line. Okay. So production at the P1. Okay. P1 price 1. Quantity produced is Q1. Okay. Is that profitable or not? Yes or no? Price is greater than AVC only, right? Price is greater than AVC only, right? So it is profitable, right? Profitable, right? So here, suppose the market price is P1, which exceeds the minimum AVC. We start out by equating P1 with the SMC on the rising part of the SMC curve. Okay. So you can see this is the SMC curve. Short run marginal cost. Short run marginal cost. Okay. So we are equating the production here. This line and this one. Okay, so this is for this point here, that is the SMC. So quantity one is touching the SMC curve. SMC curve. Okay, AVC is less than that price. Okay, AVC is less than that price. Okay, while we are producing quantity one, we can see that AVC is the AVC curve is just below the price line. Price line. Okay. So it is a profitable one. It is a profitable one. All right. Okay. So with SMC on the rising part of SMC curve, this led to the output level Q1. Note also that AVC at Q1 does not exceed the market price. Okay. So here AVC at Q1 does not exceed the market price P1. Thus, all three conditions highlighted in the section 3 are satisfied at Q1. Section 3, we already studied that. Okay. Okay, profit maximization. Okay, are satisfying at Q1. Hence, when the market price is P1, the firm's output level in the short run is equal to Q1. Okay, so if it is P1, price of the commodity is P1, the firm will fix Q1 quantities to produce and supply in the market. It will not create a loss for them because the price is higher than AVC. Price is higher than AVC. Higher than AVC. Okay, and it can be touched or it always touch in the SMC, short run marginal costs increasing part, not a decreasing one, but the increasing one. So it is a profitable one, profitable business for the firm. So firms is ready to produce a Q1 quantity at P1, price 1. Idea clear? Idea clear? Okay, everyone, is this idea clear? Yes or no? Ashish? Ashish? No doubt. Okay, got or not? And Anthony?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, fine. Others? Any doubt? Okay, so come here. Next one. Case 2. Here, case 1 completed. Case 2. Price is less than the minimum ABC. Price is less than the minimum ABC. So you can see here, price is less than the minimum ABC. So this is the ABC curve. Here, price 2 line it is here. So price is less than the ABC. In this level of price, the firm is able to produce Q1 quantity. Able to produce, they will produce or not? They will never produce, right or not? Right or not? Why? It is a loss for them. It will create loss for them. So they will not. So suppose the market price is P2, which is less than the minimum ABC. We have argued condition 3 in section 3 that if a profit maximizing firm produces a positive output in the short run, then the market price P2 must be greater than, market price P2 must be greater than or equal to ABC. Okay, it should be greater than or equal to ABC. Okay, less than that, they will not produce. Okay, must be greater than or equal to ABC at that output level. Notice from figure 4.7 that all positive output level for ABC strictly exceeds the P2. Okay, so all this area you can see here. Okay, from here to here, any quantity, whatever may be. Okay, Q2, Q3, whatever may be, you can see that ABC line is here. ABC line is here, and the price line is below than the ABC, average variable cost. Okay, okay. So cannot be the case that firm supplies a positive output. So if the market price is P2, the firm produces a zero output. Why it is so? Why it is so? Firm is not ready to produce because they know that they are unable to create profit from their production. So they will not produce the products. Okay, clear? Clear? Okay. Combining cases 1 and 2, we reach an important conclusion here. What is the conclusion? A firm's short-run supply curve is the rising part of the SMC curve from the above minimum ABC together with the zero output for all prices strictly less than the minimum ABC in figure 4.8. 4.8. The bold line represents the short-run supply curve for the firm. So this one, short-run supply curve. Okay. So here the production, the price is touching in this lane or this area. Okay, we can say that the production is profitable, or else the producers they will not produce the product. So simply keep that idea in your mind. Nothing controversial or nothing problematic or troubling here. What is that? So price of the commodity always it should be greater than the ABC. Okay, ABC, and in the graph it should touch. The quantity should touch the SMC's greater part or increasing part, right? Then we can say that the production is a profitable. The firms will produce the products. Okay, so for P1 price, the firm will produce a Q1 quantity that is profitable for them. The same time, the price is P2. Okay, because of the fluctuation of the price, the price is diminished to P2. We can see the P2 price line is lower than the ABC, and it will not touch the SMC. It will not touch the SMC, right? So it is a non-profitable production. So firm will produce a zero output there, right? They will not produce the products. Clear or not? Okay, so we will continue in the next class, guys. So one more time, just read the text properly and understand the things there. Okay, next class.